Hi guys, welcome back to X and Yung. Today we're going to talk about what stocks to pick during the pandemic. So this is a disclaimer. I'm just a guy on YouTube that's showing my perspective about stocks in general. And then if you want to really invest, please do your due diligence, find out about the companies, check out the annual reports, and then invest. So with that said, let's get right into the video. So currently in the pandemic, right, people are hoarding their money and cash because they want to feel secure. Okay, so then for those people who have extra cash lying around, right, you have already prepared your emergency fund ranging from 3 months to 12 months of your salary. So you're prepared and you have extra cash. So these are the people who have extra cash and they want to put cash into opportunities, which is today's topic, stocks, right? Want to put cash in stocks so that we can earn a lot from this pandemic. So first, before we talk about good stocks, we have to talk about the bad stocks, right? Stocks that you should avoid during this pandemic. As the pandemic continues on, we get to identify stocks which are very, very risky now because of the closures, the lockdowns, travel restrictions. Stocks like travel stocks, airline stocks, cruise stocks, these are the things that you should avoid because people can't travel nowadays because of a lot of travel restrictions. This is done by Warren Buffett himself. In the last Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholder meeting, he even sold all his positions in airline stocks, mainly United Airlines, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, and finally Southwest Airlines. So he sold all his positions. To anyone out there who are buying AirAsia stocks in Malaysia, right, or Singapore Airlines stocks in Singapore, or those 4 airlines in the US, or airlines anywhere in the world, right, you should avoid buying them. And then second is cruise company stocks. 2 months back, there is a few cruise ships which is very famous around the world, like Diamond Princess, right? For example, they are stuck in Japan and they can't let the passengers down because the Japanese officials doesn't want the coronavirus infected people to go to Japan. So companies like this, which are cruise ships, they can't operate during this time. So and people are already traumatized, right, by the news about the stories whereby these passengers of the cruise ships were stuck in small cubicles and they can't go out and they are locked down inside those cubicles for a few weeks. So yeah, avoid cruise ship stocks like Royal Caribbean, several cruise ship stocks around the world. So you just avoid them because they can't work now and they are taking a hit in their stock price and also taking a hit in their revenue stream. Tourism stocks are stocks that these are companies, right, that work because of tourism. They earn a lot of money through tourism. So for example, in US they have Wynn Resorts, they own a lot of resorts and also own the casinos. And then also avoid this Genting stock because they have a lot of revenue are coming from the casinos, coming from the resorts, which are not operating well right now or not even open right now. If you have used booking.com before, booking.com also have a stock in the US. So do avoid that stock also because now nobody is doing bookings, right? I mean, very less people are doing bookings and that will take a hit on their revenue, and of course their stock will also take a hit because they did not earn as much before the pandemic. After talking all about the bad stocks, I'm not going to in the middle stock whereby those stocks work fairly well. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about those stocks. I'm just going directly to good stocks. So stocks that I can recommend. Stocks that I'm talking about is when during this pandemic happens, their earnings goes up, the opportunities goes up, and everything goes up because during the pandemic everyone stays at home, right? Stays at home and they can't travel. You have to find stocks that are online. I'll give you an example. Talking about ad revenue, right? Google, right? Google stocks is also a good stock because they earn their money through ad revenue. So when a lot of people are online, they will browse to a lot and while they browse through a lot, there are a lot of ads playing. So that's how Google earn their money. And Google also owns YouTube. YouTube is a platform where people watch videos. They learn how to cook. They learn how to improve their skills. They learn how to play the guitar. They learn also about finance finance videos like this. So during watching of YouTube, they also go through ads. And also YouTube also give this service called YouTube Premium. So that's how this Google can earn a lot of revenue, a lot of money. Okay, so then you can also look into Facebook. They have their own, Facebook owns Facebook, of course, and also their own Instagram and their own WhatsApp. So Facebook earns money through ads. When you go through Facebook, you watch the videos, they show some ads. When you go through Facebook, while scrolling, every 3 or 4 posts there is a Facebook ad. So that's how they earn, you know. And also Facebook has stated that they have a lot more engagement during this time because people are going to Facebook, you know. They want to find out how their friends are doing, how their family are doing, all these things. So when they go through Facebook a lot during this pandemic, Facebook have a lot of opportunities to show them a lot of ads. So that's how they earn from the advertisers. You can also talk about e-commerce platforms. Okay, previously we talked about ads, now e-commerce platforms. I talk about the 2 most famous one, which is Amazon and Alibaba. So let's focus on Amazon first. So Amazon earns a lot from the US market because it started there first and it become very famous in the US, and people buy and sell basically through Amazon. Amazon also earns from Amazon Web Services. Okay, these are the cloud services. I don't really understand about it, but they earns like about 20% of the income from the revenue stream is from Amazon Web Services. So it's a growing revenue stream aside from the already huge e-commerce platform. We talk about e-commerce platform Amazon from the US. Now we talk about the famous one in China, Alibaba. Previously was B2B, business to business, whereby the manufacturers sell to businesses around the world. We have Alibaba platform. Now they have Taobao. You know, Taobao is a very big e-commerce platform, and they are very famous because of its cheap prices, right? People can buy furniture, can buy any other things, and it's very cheap as compared with those prices in Amazon. And then they also have Tmall. Tmall is another of the e-commerce platforms which are business to customers, you know, selling a lot of retail stuff to the customers themselves. So especially during this pandemic, people are stuck. You know, they can't go to the shopping mall because the shopping malls is closed. So they go through this e-commerce platform, Amazon, Alibaba, right? And then they buy a lot of stuff from there. And Alibaba also similar like Amazon. They also have Alibaba Cloud. So this cloud platform also does almost similar services like Amazon, but it's much more famous in China. And also Alibaba, they have this thing called Alipay, or if you have been to China before, they have WeChat. So have something like Visa and MasterCard in the US, right? Visa and MasterCard, you need to use the card or maybe use Apple Pay. But in China, which is leading in this innovation, basically transacting money online, but instead of using cards, you're using your phone. So with that, that's all. Those are my 4 stock picks, and you can do your due diligence first. Find out more about these companies. Find out through their earnings and whatnot. And if you want to learn more on how to do your due diligence, right? How to find out all these things, how to learn through their annual reports. Since all the annual reports are online, but what do you want to look for? You know. And how do you value these companies? How do you find it undervalued? Or all these things, please subscribe and like our channel. If you find our channel very, very helpful and we give a lot of value to you, do subscribe, do hit the like button to make sure this video goes up and gets suggested to everyone, because it helps our channel. And do subscribe because we want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of June. And finally, I just want to say that do invest with your extra cash that you are willing to lose, basically, because now it's a pandemic and we don't know how long this will be and how bad it will be to our economy, and whether we can keep our jobs or not. You know, all these are uncertainties. So only invest in money that you are willing to lose. That's it, guys. Thank you. Like and subscribe to X and Yung, and see you again next week.